we're going to use that area model. This is that. Did you hear about worksheet? Here's D. So 5 times 1 goes here. 5 times 1 is 5. And then 1/3 times 1 is 1/3. So those parts are easy. Okay. So now I'm going to do 5 times 3/8. So remember when you multiply fractions, you just multiply the numerators. I think of 5 as 5 over 1. So 5 times 3 is 15. And 1 times 8 is 8. So really, the way I should have drawn my box, I need more space over here. I know I can do that on the smartboard and you can't, but make a nice big box, it won't be crowded. And then that simplifies to be 1. 8 goes into 15 once. What's the remainder? 7/8. Right. 1 and 7/8. Okay. So far, so good? So now 1/3 times 3/8. You do 1 times 3.
3.
And 3 times 8. 20 what?
21.
4. 24. Okay. So I've got to get common denominators. Can you tell what my common denominator is going to be? 24. Good job, Emily. But before I do that, I'm going to rewrite like some of this. I'm going to make this 6 and 7/8. You know, because it's less. So I can say 6 and 7/8 plus 1/3, which I have to make into 24ths, plus 3 24ths. So I'm going to change thirds to 24ths. And I'm going to change my 7/8 to 24ths. Okay, so 6 and 21 24ths. Do you get that? Plus 8 24ths plus 3 24ths. 21 plus 8 is what?
29.
29. Add 3 more.
32.
Good. So it's 6 and 32 over 24, which is the same as 6 plus 1, because 24 goes into 32 one time, right?
Yep.
What's the remainder?
Oh, that is 8.
8. And 8 over 24 is the same as, let's, 8 over 24. What goes into both 8 and 24?
2.
How about 8?
Oh, yeah. It's 2. It's 2.
How about 1/3? You could have divided by 2 and then by 2 and then by 2. You would have gotten it. So on that worksheet, 7 and 1/3 is told. Do you see the word told? So that goes under letter D.
Yay.
Should we do another one?
Sure.
E? So 4 4/5 times 2 and 1/12. Yeah. Hard to read that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
4 4/5
All right. So 4 times 2, 8. Okay, 4 times 12. Remember, just think of it as 4 over 1. So in the numerator you have,
4/12.
okay, you just have 4/12, which is the same thing as,
2 6.
which is the same thing as,
1/3.
so we're going to need to use one of those, right?
Yep.
Figure it out later. Okay? 4/5 times 2 is the same thing as 4/5 times 2 over 1. So we have 8 in the numerator,
And 5 in the denominator.
which is the same thing as 1. And how many fifths? 3/5. See that? And then 4/5 times 1/12, you have to do 4 times 1. And 5 times 12 is 60.
I guess what it's gonna turn out to be.
Yeah, what is this going to be? 2 out of
2 out of 30.
30. You see a denominator we can use yet? That's nice. Or can I go smaller?
15.
Just
150.
15, right? Even better. 1 out of 15. Okay, so I have all the pieces I need. So I'm going to say that this together, right here, makes 9 3/5.
Why didn't you go on, like...
It was getting crowded, so I haven't changed to 15s, that's all.
Oh, okay, now I see.
But I could. I feel like I need more room. So I have to change that to 15ths. But I also have to add the 1/3, right?
The 6 and the 12?
Let me do that in the same color here. So I'm basically adding 9 3/5 plus 1/3, right? Which is right here, plus a 15th.
Oh, times the 35.
Like I combined these two, just because I can add the 8 and the 1 in my head. So if I times by 3, then I get 9 and 9/15. Here I have to times by 5, right? So I say plus 5/15.
It's gonna be...
And this is already 1/15. So what's 9 and 5?
14.
Plus another 1.
15.
So it's 10.
His. It's his.
It's his
I knew it.
on the board sheet.
His mom. Yeah, it's gonna be... The kid told his mom something. It's actually mother.
So it's easy to check your work, right?
Mhm.
So let's see if it is. Let's see if F is mother. Keep going.
Yeah, we should keep going till I.
You have to do some by yourself.
Yeah, let's go I and Mr. J K L M.
Pardon me?
No, we need to go till...
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's good to do some together, but it's super important to do some alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think...
Josie, what are you doing? No, I can see it in your eyebrows. You were. What were you doing? Okay. 3 and a 7 times 1 and a 6. Okay. So big area model. We have lots of room. Well, actually, let me do that again. Yes.
So if instead it was, really formidable run G, if it was, like 3 and a 7 times 1, wouldn't you do 1 times 3, and then 1 times 1
7,
divided by 7? Yeah.
which is 1/7. Yes. So when it's not so complicated, you don't need to do all that work, right? The reason this little box helps is then you don't forget some of the pieces. It's really common that people make mistakes if they don't have a system, like a systematic way. So this is kind of a good way to, it's just like organizing your work in a table. You know, so 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times a 6 is what?
3/6.
Which is the same as
1/2.
1/2. The other thing is like doing lots of little problems instead of one big problem, and people tend to do better when the problems are short.
Yeah.
So 1/7 times 1 is just 1/7, right? And then what about 1/7 times 1/6, Josie?
Oh.
1/42, right? So our common denominator has to be 42.
After this, you just add them all together.
Yeah, so you add the 4 pieces, right? 3 plus a half. I can make that into 42. What would I have to multiply by?
7.
Here?
No.
21, right?
21.
So 21 over 42. So 3 plus 21 over 42 plus, what do I have to multiply here by? 6, right? So 6 over 42, right?
Oh,
Plus 1 over 42. Now I have the 4 pieces. 21 and 6 make
21 and 6. 27.
plus another 1.
28.
So 3 and 28 over 42. And what goes into 28 and 42?
7.
True. Divide by 7. So you get 3 and 4, 6. What about that?
I guess it's 2.
2, right? Divide by 2.
Oh, and then divide by 2 again, right? No.
No. Just divide by 2 here, and you get
3 and
3 and 2/3. So on that worksheet, 3 and 2/3 is mother, so you guys were right. So far it says,
I think it's told.
the kid told his mother.
Wow.
So you should be able to check your work, right?
That his
His
new
Okay.
underwear. That his
New
new underwear.